Welcome to Tribu Sana. Today we're going to be cooking one of my favorite vegetables, kale. I actually grew up in Kenya, and there they call it sukuma wiki. They actually attribute the low rate of colon cancer thanks to this vegetable because it's so full of fiber and all the goodness that green gives us. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and put our kale in a salad spinner or washer, or you can go ahead and just fill your sink with water and put the leaves in there. What we're going to do is we're trying to remove the stem because this is a little too crunchy and hard, and I don't throw this away. A lot of people actually don't realize, but if you can store all the little left bits or leftovers of our, for example, our broccoli stem, I actually trimmed the sides, our celery at the very bottom, or if I have some leftover asparagus tips that are too woody to eat, I store them all in one box, and then at the end of each week I just put them in a pot with warm water and simmer it for half an hour, and I make my own vegetable broth. So go ahead and try that out so we don't throw all the good nutrients into the trash, but we actually use them for the benefit of our family. So once we wash our kale, we're going to go ahead and lightly pat it dry, and then we're going to sprinkle some olive oil and your favorite seasonings. We like garlic and onion and salt and pepper, and then we're going to put it in a tray and put it in the oven at roughly 80 degrees for around 20 minutes. And then we get these lovely kale chips. So I have washed my kale, and now I have taken away the water, which I really strongly encourage you to invest in a salad spinner for just in general salad. It's good to always wash. And one thing that I wanted to show you, if you want to use kale for your salad and you find that this is kind of like makes you feel like you're a cow chewing grass, just go ahead and rub it with your hands. This way, with the friction, we're kind of cooking it a little bit, and notice how the color changes and it becomes soft. And actually now it's much more edible. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to pour our kale onto a kitchen cloth so that we can dry it out just a little bit to save some cooking time. And we're going to roll it up like this. And also, it doesn't really matter if we squeeze it up. It's really bringing out the chlorophyll out of our kale. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put it on a kitchen tray and sprinkle it with some olive oil and any kind of seasoning you like, and we're going to bake it at 80 degrees Celsius. It's a low temperature because we don't want to burn our kale, but we want to make it crispy. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going ahead and I'm pouring some lovely olive oil onto my kale. I'm going to sprinkle it with a little bit of salt. Not too much, you can always add more in the end, but we want to keep our sodium intake as low as possible. I personally like adding always a little bit of powdered garlic, a little bit of powdered onion, and we're going to sprinkle just a tiny little bit of pepper. But you can go ahead and put even curcuma or cumin. Curcuma is turmeric in English. I'm always switching back and forth between those two languages. And then you just slightly massage it, as so. And then you put it onto your tray. And you really don't want to crowd your kale here because otherwise it won't become crispy. And we're going to be using therefore 2 trays. And you just put it into the oven for 20 minutes. And probably midway, you want to flip it around. At 10, you want to flip it around and keep doing that every 10 minutes, flip it around, flip it around. And sometimes I end up having to remove the ones on the edges and keep cooking the ones in the middle. So I'll switch them around because for some reason, the ones that are on the edges always become crispy sooner. So just be mindful of that. And then you have this lovely chip made out of kale to accompany your quinoa burger.